Bafethu, sanibonani. Welcome back to Football Trends with me, OQB. Now we'll be looking at discussing in terms of the players that are currently missing at Naturena now. Recently, Kaizer Chiefs have just, given us a peek view of what is happening at Naturena, and we've seen everyone is hard at work. We've seen, the co-coaches, no, not the co-coaches, I'm sorry guys. We've seen the assistant coaches, they're busy working with the rest of the team. Now, apparently, not everyone is available. Not every player is at the training session and is training. So I did a little more digging, trying to find out to what is happening with the rest of the players. You have seen players like Caston Sereno is not available. Maccabi Lelepo was not there. Players like Umfundo Vilagazi, Mduduzi Shabalala, all those other players who have not been spotted training with the rest of the team. You might be asking yourself, what is happening? Well, I do believe they're still, having some time off. Gaston Sereno, as I've seen, is still on vacation. He's still busy with, enjoying his time with his family. Hopefully, he will be back, and hopefully, maybe in Niti guys, we need to give him another contract, since we are not looking to sign, or we are not, securing any new players or any new familiar faces to Naturena. Maybe this will be a good opportunity for us to be able to say, okay, let's give him probably another year, just 1 year contract, and see where we go from there. But I highly doubt that will be the case. Kuzobonakala as Kaizer Chiefs will confirm, in terms of whether Gaston Sereno will remain with us or bazumiyeka nje ahambe. So far we've seen Pulemodi, Bruce Vuma, and other players, they are training also. Sibongiseni Mthethwa, Ox Mthethwa, and for me, I do think those two players, Ox and Pulemodi, maybe chances are we will see them retaining, or getting new contract for them to be available. Pulemodi, we have confirmed that Kaizer Chiefs are seriously considering retaining his services, so negotiations, as I've said, have started. Now, with the other players who are still not available, I did see Maccabi Lelepo is currently on his way. He is coming back to South Africa. But surely, very, very soon, he will be here, and he will join and commence with the trading and the preparation for the new coming season. Other than that, we are anticipating, hoping for the best when it comes to this new season, but Yonke, it will be determined when we play games. Then there's Vananalezo, because at the end of the day, we can hope for everything and not get anything. So, it will depend on the hard work that they will be putting in, and how well they will be working very well with the new coach and understanding each other. So, someone commented saying, the new coach, goalkeeper coach, is wasting his time on Bruce Vuma. But let's be honest, guys, Bruce Vuma is still one of us. As much as we might not be happy with his recent performances, he's a great goalkeeper. I believe he's a great goalkeeper. He's been there for a while, and it looks like he has not grasped, anything. He was supposed to be a legend by now, you understand? But it doesn't look like that is the case. And I have to be honest with you, there's a lot of players who we think would be, great product, but at the end of the day, they do not live up to the expectations or to their fullest potential. So yeah, Minavela, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I was one of the people that was saying Bruce Vuma should be let go of, but I do believe probably with this new coming season, he might prove us wrong. All of us must prove us wrong, and then Simbone Atola even another year on the 2027 to 2028 season. Njengoba nje izophela 2027 contract yakhe. So despite that, we also do have to talk about the nominees of the Betway Premiership. Apumile, PSL awards. The nominees are out, and we do have, starting with the goalkeeper. I'm not going to talk about everyone, but I'm just going to look at the players that we do know of, especially players that actually the nominees were those Kaizer Chiefs players. That's where we will be focusing on most importantly. So we do have the Betway Premiership Goalkeeper of the Season. By the way, on the DDC side, I don't think we have any players from Kaizer Chiefs that have made it to nominations, but so far we will be talking about those ones that have made it on the senior side of things. We have Sipo Chain, Napana from Orlando Pirates. We have Ricardo Goss from Siwelele FC. And then last but not least, we have Brendan Peterson, is a Kaizer Chiefs goalkeeper. Now, for me, this one, yeah, who should scoop the award? It's very difficult because obviously I am a Kaizer Chiefs supporter, so it doesn't make any sense for me to choose someone else than to choose Brendan Peterson, because I feel like he deserves this award, mainly because he has improved a lot. He's made some incredible saves on the season, and despite everything else, Buffetu, there was another day where I was sitting with Cameroon and we were looking at the percentage of those goalkeepers, and you could see that Brendan Peterson has done a lot more, except for a clean sheet. We looked at our saves that he has made, and we looked at the percentage of overall of him last season, and he deserves it, Buffetu. But at the end of the day, I'm not the one that is going to vote. For me, and then we jump to, okay, this one, there's no Kaizer Chiefs player, but I think it's very important because there's three players. First of all, we have Urile Mofokeng from Orlando Pirates. We have Isak Cisse from Golden Arrows, and then we do have Usiluleko Mahlambi from TS Galaxy. Now, I'm saying it's important because this is a player that I believe Kaizer Chiefs should be pursuing and trying to convince to bring to Naturena, but so far nothing is happening. He's playing with TS Galaxy. And then Isak Cisse from Golden Arrows. These are the young player of the season nominees. So I don't know who you guys think should be taking it, but really last season he scored some incredible goals. And then we have Usiluleko Mahlambi. So don't forget in your mind, it's for the young player of the season. So yeah, I don't want to lie to you, Wafeto, but I do give it to Isak Cisse from Lumenville Golden Arrows. He came out, he shined, and he was a young player. So he is actually a young player, but he shined in ways that we were not expecting. So for me, I think this award should go to him, but we will see. Masiba decided. And then we jump to the Betway Goal of the Season nominees. We have Dancing from Orlando Pirates. It was not bad, actually speaking. And then we have Usianda Ndlovu, Naye, beautiful goal. And then we have Oklodi Makabi Lilepo. Now, guys, I'm Oklodi Lilepo deserves this award. He needs to take it home and bring it home. Why? Well, very easy. That was one of the most beautiful goals compared to all the three goals that were scored there. I have to admit, it even left the goalkeeper speechless, and it was like, so for me, Claude Lilepo deserves this one. And then last but not least, on my list, we will be looking at the coach. So these ones are the coach of the season nominees. We have Miguel Cardoso from Mamelodi Sundowns. We have Cedric Kaze and Khalil Ben Youssef from Kaizer Chiefs. So the co-coaching system made its way to the PSL Awards. And then we have Abdelasam Wadu from Orlando Pirates. Now, I'm tempted to say Cedric Kaze, but not Cedric Kaze. Yes, Cedric Kaze and Khalil Ben Youssef. But let's be honest, all those coaches have achieved things that we were never thinking they would achieve. Starting off with Mikel Cardoso, who Cardoso managed to win the CAF Champions League on his first season with Mamelodi Sundowns. Is it the first or second? I'm not sure. I think it's the second season he managed to win the CAF Champions League, but I do think it's the first season. Sign it draw Nunabine. I'm not too sure, but somewhere there. And then we have Cedric Kaze and Khalil Ben Youssef. they've managed to take us to position number 3. History in 2 years, 2 seasons, but they've made it, and we finished with a lot more points than we ever did in the previous seasons. So that is something that doesn't, you don't need to take lightly. And then we have Abdelisum Wadu, Coach Wadu from Orlando Pirates, and he managed to win first time in his first season with Orlando Pirates. So definitely it's difficult to pick the winner, but since it is PSL for Betway Premiership, I think I will give it to Absalom Wadu for winning the league title on his first ever campaign with Orlando Pirates. So big ups to him. Energy. And then Cedric Cousin or Khalil Ben Youssef ngapabeka second. I know people would prefer Miguel Cardoso because is there, but at the end of the day, they've been winning. So I don't see anything interesting. We give awards to people that have changed something or they have done something differently from what they were doing before. So I don't know. That's just me, my opinions. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. I believe this is it. Thank you so much for watching. Hope to see you with something new. Peace and peace.